My name is Melody Hossaini. I'm the founder and CEO for InspirEngage International. This vlog is all about top tips if you're going to an interview, getting prepared for an interview and while you're in the interview. InspirEngage International, a lot of the work that we do is training people to be able to improve their communication skills. We work with people on employability skills to make sure that they're work ready. We also support individuals to lead fulfilling careers, particularly on social enterprise. So this is something that we have a lot of experience in and support a lot of particularly young people and young professionals to do. So I'm going to share with you my top tips. Now, the first thing I will say is that employers are impressed by different things, okay? So I can't give you the exact answer that will impress everyone because people look for different things. And also, you have to find a style that suits you, that's personal to you. So I'll say that first, okay? But here are some general top tips for you to think about, okay? If you're going for an interview. First of all, well done if you've got an interview, okay? So good luck with it. The first thing is research. In preparation for your interview, research. If you are there to show hunger for that you want the job, then you gotta know what the company's about. So research things like, what have they done recently? Have they done something really incredible that they're proud of? It's always good to know that and utilize that information. So, and also look at your role within that. So what is your role? How does that contribute to the company? And really gather a good, sound knowledge base about where you're going to, hopefully work. So that's the first thing, is do some research, okay? And what I would say is don't just go on their website. I would also put it into Google and do a general search because it might bring up different things that's not on their website. So I know that's definitely true of InspirEngage. So firstly, research. Second of all, when you're getting prepared to go to an interview, you're going to be thinking about what to wear. Different sectors have different dress codes, okay? So for example, if you're going for an interview to work in media or graphic design or something, they have a much more casual dress code than if you went to interview for a bank or something. So, by all means, wear something that reflects how you want to be perceived and that's appropriate to your sector and professional, okay? Don't go over the top. Don't worry so much about how you're going to look that you spend most of your time thinking about what to wear. Wear something simple, something comfortable, something that shows that you're professional and serious about the role, okay? Be on time. Show up on time. Basically, the interview is a taster of things to come, okay? So you want to show yourself in the best light. So be on time. Find out where it is, the interview. Find all that out before the day because you don't want to be stressing about it. So those are my three things. So research, think about something appropriate to wear, and be on time, okay? And also the other thing is before as well, is if you want to practice it, so sit with someone who you're comfortable with and practice some things beforehand, get them to ask you some questions, talk about it and practice it because it just will help you be more natural, and they can give you some feedback and ask you some tough questions that you might be asked, so you can practice it as well beforehand, okay? Now, okay, so you're at the interview, you're about to walk into the interview, okay? What do you do? Okay, so the first thing is that when you are gonna meet the person, so you say you're waiting in the waiting room and the person who's gonna interview comes through to get you, okay? Stand up, have a bright smile on your face. Honestly, smiling is so important. It's like the first instant impression. Smile at them. Say, hi, I'm Melody Hossaini. Such a pleasure to meet you. Shake hands, okay? And if you know their name, use their name. So, just builds a rapport, builds a relationship, okay? So when the first time they see you, they should see a smiley, confident, someone who's raring to go. Yeah, that energy that you give off is so important. It's not just what you say in the interview that counts, it's the feel, like, have you ever heard people say like, oh, I had a really good feeling about that person? The feeling that they get from you is as important, if not more important, than what you say. So how do you create that feeling, right? That comes from the atmosphere that you can create. So smile and say hi, you know, show some positive body language. You know, you don't want to be like that, or, you know, you don't want to smile and say hi, how are you, nice to meet you, thank you for having me, you know. So that's the first thing. So have you had a busy day, you know, have you got lots of people to interview today, as you chat on the way to the room, okay, or whatever. Sit down, sit comfortably, open body language, smile, you know, as you're having a positive conversation, right? So you want to create an enjoyable experience for the person who interviews you as much as for them, for you, okay? So the other thing is, be natural. You know, just be yourself in as much as you can be. You know, a lot of people get nervous when they do interviews, but just be natural, you know, speak to people how you would speak in a natural conversation, okay? But obviously in a professional way. So be natural. Listen to the question that they ask you. You could, I don't know, in preparation for the interview, you might make like a bullet point of the things that you want to mention in the interview. Like, for example, achievements, you know, so you might make a note for yourself to remember to get those in. But a mistake can be to just kind of go in all guns blazing, and then the first question's like, you know, tell me a little bit about yourself or something, and then you blurt out everything and anything that you wanted to get across. Don't do that. Listen to the question that they're asking you, and then, you know, make sure you're answering that question, because they will probably have like boxes of things that they're looking for, and they'll be writing in whether you tick those boxes. So you want to make sure you keep to answering that question so that they can write as many things that you've answered that are relevant to that box to get it in there so you can satisfy the criteria. Okay, so listen to the question and keep your answers very relevant and tick their boxes. Okay, now with that, be honest. Don't make stuff up, okay? Nobody likes that. You will lose all credibility if you do that. So for example, if they ask you like, you know, what's your knowledge level on, I don't know, something that you have absolutely never done before, then say that, well, actually, that's not really something that I have a lot of experience in, but I'm a very quick learner, and I know that when I've been exposed to things that I haven't had experiences in the past, I've been very, very capable, very keen to learn, and have been able to demonstrate those capabilities in due time, or whatever, you know. So make sure that you're honest about things that you perhaps don't have loads of experience in. By all means, don't go on about it, you know, don't put yourself down, but you know, be honest about things that you perhaps can't do, and you know, say that you have a willingness to learn. Okay, now some people have a real they tend to really focus on what they are going to gain from the role. Okay, so what I mean by that is people will sit there and go, you know, I really see this fitting in with my 10-year plan, or I've always wanted to work for a company like this, or you know, this is really something I've been really, really passionate about. That's fine, and say that, you know, why you want it, but don't forget that they are investing in you. You know, the money that they're going to pay you in salary, it's their investment in you. They want a return. Don't forget that. They are investing in you. They want to make sure that you are worth investing in, okay? So as much as talking about what you bring to the role, what they want to hear is what you can give. What can you give to them that's worth their investment in you, okay? So that goes hand in hand with the research. If you've done your research, you're going to know what they want to look for, okay? That's the time when you use it. So say that, you know, I really want to take this company to the next level. I'm really focused on driving forward the objectives of the company, or whatever. You know, I'm just generally speaking here. You're going to keep it, you're going to have to be a little bit more specific perhaps in your answer to this. So, you know, I really want to be part of this team in driving it forward, or, you know, I share the vision that you hold and very much, you know, want to contribute to that and be part of the team. How can you be valuable for them? What can you give them? Make sure you focus on that so that they go away thinking, you know what, the investment, the salary is worth it because we're going to get that in return. Make sure that's probably the most important thing. The other thing is, show hunger, show passion. It is not embarrassing to show that you want it. They're gonna want someone who wants it. Nobody wants to employ a person who comes to work, sits back and chills and doesn't really care if the company does well or if the organization does well, doesn't care if, if it's a social enterprise. They don't care about, them achieving their mission. So like for InspirEngage International, our mission is supporting young people, supporting women to be able to lead successful careers, to be able to make a difference in their community. I don't want to work with someone who doesn't care about that. Neither does your employer, So show hunger, show that you want it. You really, really want this. You don't have to say that in those words. You don't have to say, oh, I really, really want it for them to see your hunger. Hunger and passion comes from the way you talk about something, your smile, the way you sit at the seat. Nobody likes to see someone who goes, I'm really good team player, or that doesn't show you're enthusiastic, so you got to show hunger, you got to show passion. Don't be afraid and don't be embarrassed to show you're passionate about it, and that comes from the enthusiasm. And so think about the way you say something in an interview as well, not just what you say. So the next thing is ask them a question as well. That question, usually people say, so when do you think I'll hear back? That's fine, you can ask that question by all means, you want to know when you're going to hear back, fine, but that's not really the asking the question thing that I'm on about. Ask them a question as in, what's your vision for this team for the next 5 years? Or what's the long-term vision with this organization? Or what's on the agenda at the moment? Or what kind of exciting things do you have coming up? Yeah? These are the questions that will show you are genuinely interested in what they do. They will be impressed by that. It will be their opportunity to turn the tables and say something to you. And if you put them on the spot a little bit, even better. Like I've had people in interviews who've asked me about my long-term vision for InspirEngage, and I've kind of gone, wow, and they've gone, what's your long-term vision like 10 years from now? And I've been like, wow, well, this is what it is. And I've liked the fact that they've taken an interest in the long-term vision for the organization that hopefully they'll be joining, So ask them a question like that at the end, because I think it will show genuine interest. The other thing is, I spoke to a director for a big company not long ago, and he said that any day over somebody who has straight A's. Okay, academia is important. I'm not knocking academia. By all means, if you have a first-class degree or if you have a, A stars or whatever, brilliant, well done. You've worked hard for that. I'm not knocking that. But if you don't have that, it's fine as well. What people care about now, and now more than ever before, are people who have a bit of drive, have a bit of personality, have a bit of character, have a hunger, charisma. These are the things that are valuable to an employer now, yeah? People care about whether you're able to be the face and go out there and sell and do. So talk about something topical, talk about something you're aware of. Talk about something you feel passionately about. Show your passion. So I think bring in something topical and don't be afraid to show a bit of charisma. Sit in there saying, I'm a team player, I'm punctual, I'm whatever. I personally hate that. I'm a team player, I'm punctual, I'm all that. Those things are important, of course they are, but let me be the judge of that. You giving me the generic hot words are not going to mean anything to me, actually. So I want to see a bit of charisma. How are you different? What can you add? Show me a bit of knowledge. Talk to me about something different. So these are the things that impress people who want something, that are going to be exciting and a part of their team to take their company forward. So those are my top tips for an interview, okay? We do loads more in supporting and InspirEngage when we work with people to support them in employability skills. We really work with them in a very, very interactive way in the boot camps to help people. We do mock interviews, we actually role play, we do loads of different things to support people to be more employable, have very, very successful interviews and to be able to sell themselves. So that's all part of a bigger package, but hopefully in this video we've been able to give you a bit of a flavour. You can always contact InspirEngage on info@inspirengage.com. Our website is there, and you can tweet us at InspirEngage or at Melody_Hossaini. Get in touch and good luck with your interviews.